In this video, I'm putting together some more high-end DIYs that you would actually be proud to display in your home. So I'm super excited with the way they turned out, and I can't wait to get on into the video. So make sure you stay tuned, give this video a big thumbs up, and make sure you are subscribed. Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I put together some really fun projects that looked super high-end, and the goal was to try to make it look like they were purchased from a store, and I'm really excited with how they turned out, and I think they are super easy to recreate but look high-end on a budget. So let's go ahead and jump on into the video and get started in today's crafts. For this first project, I'm using one of these little Dollar Tree rectangular signs. I found these a while back, but they're all the time coming out with different styles of signs, so this would be perfect for this. Also, one of the new plastic trays would be perfect. I'm not sure if these little tubs will fit down in there, but just stay tuned because you'll see what I'm talking about at the end. But I think the new plastic rectangular trays that I've been seeing people get would work really great, but I haven't found them at my Dollar Tree. I was super excited whenever I found these little plastic square tubs at Dollar Tree. I don't know if these are brand new or how long they've been around, but I was so excited to find them because as soon as I purchased them and brought them home, I knew exactly what I wanted to try to make out of them, and I'm already having some more really cool ideas pop into my head that what I can use these for, so I want to stock up on them, especially before they sell out. So the first thing I did was take these little tubs and cut the handles off, and I'm going to make these into little planters, and I want these to have a galvanized feel, so I take these outside and spray paint them with some of my Rust-Oleum hammered spray paint, or you could use silver. This is just what I have on hand, and give these a couple nice coats, and make sure that you do let these dry completely before handling them. I wanted these little planters to sit down in a tray to look like they were made to be a set, because I know you can buy a set of planters a lot of places that look really pretty put together, and I just think it looks nicer and it makes like a larger piece. So I needed a little tray for these to set in, and that's what I'm talking about whenever I see people use the plastic trays from Dollar Tree. So I'm dying to know if these little planters or these little boxes would fit down in there. You'll have to let me know if you have found the plastic rectangular tray at Dollar Tree, but I had to make my own because I didn't have it. And I know planters usually come in a pack of 3 or a set of 3, but 2 would only fit in this sign, and at first I was kind of thinking maybe I should wait until I can find something to fit 3, but I was so happy with how it turned out. I think this little set of 2 planters turned out gorgeous, and I love them. So for this tray, you can see that I painted it with my truffle chalk paint in the brown color, and then I went ahead and distressed that, and this is upside down. I did remove the little heart that was making it stick up, and then these little planters fit down in there perfect. I am just loving them. But to dress them up a little bit more, I'm going to wrap them in some jute string or jute twine just to give them a little bit more texture at the top, and just tack that in place with some hot glue. I am running a little low on some greenery, so I did struggle to find enough to put in here, so that's why it doesn't look super full in one, but I still think I had enough to pull it off. And then Dollar Tree has these little chalkboards on clothespins. I thought that I was going to pull it off of the clothespin and kind of glue it on the front of these planters, but I just clipped it down. That was definitely not planned, but I clipped it down on that jute twine, and I think it worked beautiful and made it look like it was intentionally made to go there. But I think this really just spices it up and makes it look a little bit dressy and more classy and nice looking, and I'm just so excited with how it turned out. This just kind of happened on a whim, but I think it is gorgeous and a beautiful piece to add to your farmhouse decor. Moving on to the next DIY, I'm using a couple of these rectangular signs from Dollar Tree. These are just perfect staple pieces to keep on hand, so I always purchase a bunch of them whenever I do see them, all kinds of different shapes, just because I love flipping them over and recreating them into something else. I use my heat gun a lot to remove labels. It helps 100 times plus to remove these labels, so I really recommend that, and as always I'll put those links in the description down below. But I have been dying to hang up some more family photos. I know, as busy moms and we're just super busy, and it's hard to keep family photos updated. So while we're in quarantine and everybody's just off work or working at home, and I wanted to take the time to really take some really cute pictures outside of my girls, and I want to be able to make a beautiful little scenery. So I wanted to make some pieces that I could hang on either side of like a great big family photo, or maybe like some individual photos and make kind of like a gallery wall. So that's kind of what I'm going for. If you saw my recent Dollar Tree haul, you'll see that I did find some more windmills that I was super excited about, so I want to put them to good use. So I ended up painting the rectangular signs white, and then I'm using some of these little wood planks from Hobby Lobby. I picked these up last year, but they have them all the time. If you don't have these, you definitely can use Dollar Tree yard stakes. Walmart sells paint sticks, anything really inexpensive to get this thin wood. And then I thought that I would make up this mixture because I wanted like a light stain. I didn't love how it turned out. I pretty much should have just went ahead and painted this with a light color tan paint because I didn't get what I was going for. So I do go ahead and dry brush over them with some of my truffle color paint to make them look more like wood, and then go ahead and distress them. So I didn't like how they were turning out. I went ahead and decided to cut them down a little shorter so that they do look nicer at the top and the bottom of this sign. For these, they're thin enough that I can just run my razor blade knife or utility knife through there a couple times and kind of score it, and then trim whatever broke off with just my scissors. You'll have to let me know your favorite way to trim down little wood pieces like this. Do you use just like the knife, like scoring it and breaking it off, or is there a power tool or a saw that you like to use? For stuff like this, if I wasn't filming in the house and it wasn't such a big deal to take it outside and have to go in the building and clean out space to cut, I probably would end up using a scroll saw or a jigsaw, but I would love to know what you like to cut all your little small projects with. So I wanted these not to be perfectly bright white, but I wanted to stress them just a tiny bit, but I don't want it to be very harsh. So using some of the Still color, which is a gorgeous medium color gray in the Waverly chalk paint, I'm going to just kind of put it anywhere and dry brush it over there and not worry about if it's darker or even, because I do take a piece of sandpaper and just kind of lighten it up, and it makes it blend all together nice and smooth. For the windmills, you actually have to take that little piece off of the front, and then the windmill will slide off of this metal piece. So I did use a pair of my wire cutters. I'll link my favorite little set down below, and I use these on everything. I've purchased a couple of them just because sometimes they accidentally get put in the sink if I leave them on the counter, or my husband will throw like the scissors or something in the dishwasher, and if these get wet they will rust. So I've only had to buy a couple of them just to make sure that they don't get wet, but I do recommend them. I use them on everything, and I think they're actually made for jewelry, but they are perfect for crafting. So I set my windmill down at the top of this, and I'm making two of these, like I say, to hang on either side. I'm mainly just showing you how I made one of them, but you will see that I am working on that other one. And then the last time I was at the Dollar Tree, I found these fun little wooden crates. I was super excited about it. I've never got to purchase these before, so I just grabbed them up. I think I got like 10 of them, and there was another lady in the craft aisle that was kind of staring at me and told me that I should go home and order these online, but I just grabbed them. I just wanted them so bad, and I already had a plan of what I wanted to use with them, so I just went ahead and grabbed them. You'll have to let me know in the comments down below, do you feel guilty whenever you know you want to make a project and you go to Dollar Tree and you need like 10 of something? And I'm always like really embarrassed, and I try to like hide like some of them underneath some more stuff, and then whenever I check out I put like half of them up front and then half of them in the back. You'll have to let me know if that's just me or if you do that too. So for these little crates, I painted them with the medium color, so the Steel color gray paint, and then I'm just dressing them with some of the dark elephant color paint, and I think this just made it gorgeous and look like really rustic gray palette wood, and you can see the difference and that's why I'm obsessed with distressing everything, because it makes such a huge difference and makes it look like really nice quality. After laying everything out, I'm just going to start putting this down with some hot glue. I still get questions about my glue gun. I'll link that down below as well. I really like the large sticks. Whenever I started crafting years ago, I always used the mini gun, which is so fun, and that is like nice for smaller projects, but this is just my favorite glue gun that I always use. So for the windmill, I laid it down, and it has a little metal piece in the middle that didn't let it lay flat, so I decided to add a couple of my little wooden blocks from Dollar Tree and put behind a couple blades, and then whenever I glue it down, it makes it not kind of teeter-totter or anything, but actually lay flat. And then I love how it looks, that it actually looks kind of 3D, and it does make it pop off of that sign. And then just gluing everything else down so that I can get this put together. I added some little greenery inside my little crates. Like I say, I'm kind of running low on greenery, so I'm having to pull this from some of my garlands. And then I took some of the darker green little greenery pieces from Walmart, the little boxwood pieces, and I'm kind of just blending that all together to get some different color greens in there. And I just hot glued this little rope piece in the back for the hanger. And then just fixing up this second one, I'm adding some greenery into it. Like I say, I went ahead and made two. I haven't got to style this exactly like I want it just yet. I want to hang it on both sides of like a large piece or a wall gallery or family photos. So I'm just hanging this up to show you all. But I think they turned out gorgeous, and they look so nice and high quality and like beautiful pieces that you would have never guessed were made out of Dollar Tree items. And then for the last DIY, I'm making another farmhouse sign, but actually in a circle this time. I was super excited. I wasn't able to find the farmhouse circles that everyone found a few months back, so I was so sad. My Dollar Trees never got them, and then I guess where I wasn't able to check them, I guess they all sold out. So I was super excited to find these summer circles. I ended up actually getting 3 of them. That's all they had, so I'm super excited to use them. But for this sign, I'm just going to go ahead and paint it white and turn it into a gorgeous little farmhouse sign hanger that I can hang on some of my hooks in my laundry room, because I thought this would be so gorgeous back there, just kind of dangling and adding some extra decor. So getting a couple coats of thick white chalk paint and then distressing that with some of the same gray paint, the steel colored paint, and kind of going over that to make it look really like a weathered sign. I wanted this to look like a weathered shiplap almost, so I'm taking just my Dollar Tree Sharpie. I showed you all this in the package because I get asked a lot, like, what type of Sharpie do I use? But this is honestly just the regular. This is not a paint marker. This is just a Dollar Tree Sharpie that I always pick up, so I have these on hand. And then using the Dollar Tree ruler that you can see is well loved, and I use it all the time. I have paint all over it, as well as everything else that I own. And I am just taking my marker and going on both sides of this ruler to get perfect little lines, and so this will look like shiplap. Since I had to have a line so close to the edge on the other side, I just went ahead and made one on this side, even though it really wasn't supposed to have one. And then using my sandpaper, I decided to go ahead and lighten up these signs. I would wait a few seconds because it does seem like it might smudge a little bit if you wait or go ahead and sand it instantly. So we'll just let that Sharpie dry for a few seconds. And then I have some of this Dollar Tree lamb's ear I bought a while back, and I thought this would be so beautiful to make like kind of like a little wreath at the top. I wanted to make a little bow for this sign, and I have this Hobby Lobby ribbon, and it's this black and white buffalo check print, but it's like a really thin ribbon, so if I made a bow out of it, it would kind of be too small, and I just didn't love it. So I'm gonna have to stack this up, and usually whenever it's thin, I make a double bow, so like 2 of the loops, but in this case, it was so thin, I decided to go ahead and make 3, and to make a perfect little bow, you just make the loop, and then I cut it off a little bit smaller in the back so that the tails don't stick out, and then I'm going to scrunch all of these together and tie them with a piece of jute string, and then get one more larger little piece and tie that with them to make the tails of the bow. I trimmed the little corners out of my bow to get the beautiful little dovetails to make it look all polished and put together, and then I'm going to hot glue all of that down. And then I got sent a ton of these little metal words in a recent haul about a month ago, and all my subscribers had sent me some of the Easter words, and I've been just dying to use them. So I thought those little blessings would be really cute and a word you could use every single day, obviously. So I'm painting it black, and then I'm going to go ahead and hot glue that down. And this is what it looks like all put together. It's almost too small to be like its own door hanger or wreath, but just the perfect size to dangle from a little hook or add to your other decor, or maybe just a wall piece with a larger piece. But I think it turned out gorgeous and is a perfect high-end farmhouse piece. Thank you so much for making it to the end. I'm super happy you come along crafting with me today. I hope this brought you some inspiration and you feel motivated to kind of craft your stash and get excited about making some DIY home decor. This is a perfect time to kind of spruce up those rooms in your houses that kind of just need a little extra something, but you're on a tight budget. So these are some really fun projects that you can put together very quickly and on a budget, but still make a huge impact whenever you are sprucing up a certain space. So thank you all again for coming along with me. I really hope you enjoyed it. Please leave me a big thumbs up and comment down below what video you would like to see, or a certain project or some kind of item that you would like me to use in my videos. It really makes a big impact whenever I am planning out my content. And I hope everyone is staying safe and healthy and just enjoying the warmer weather that's coming in. We are already getting some really hot weather. But anyways, I'm getting off. Thank you again for watching. I hope you feel inspired. Happy crafting. Bye!